The night in the barangay is quiet, except for the sound of bare feet hitting cracked concrete. Streetlights flicker. Electricity cuts out again. In the middle of the road, 6 young Filipinos stand in silence. Their clothes are old, their shoes are worn, but their eyes burn with something stronger than poverty, pangarap. One of them pulls out a bundle of cheap LED wires, bought with money meant for rice. They tape the wires to their arms, their backs, their legs. The lights glow weakly, flicker, then stabilize. A neighbor shouts from a window, saying ang oras, wilang future ang saya. The words hurt, but no one moves. Their leader, Mark, wipes sweat from his face and says quietly, Hindi man tayo makita ang mundo, sisindihan natin ang dilim. Music plays from a cracked cell phone speaker. The beat is soft. Their movements are sharp, disciplined, hungry. As they dance, the LED wires form shapes. Broken hearts, chains, a rising sun. A little boy watches from the sidewalk, eyes wide. A mother pauses from hanging laundry. For a moment, the whole street is watching. Then, the lights go out completely. Total darkness. Silence. A voice whispers in the dark. Ganito ang buhay natin, pero hindi dito nagtatapos. The music returns. The LEDs flash back on, brighter than before. They dance harder, faster, fearless. Rain starts to fall. Cloud with rain. The wires spark against the drops. But they don't stop. Cut to quick flashes of their real lives. A mother counting coins. A father leaving for overseas work. A flooded home after a typhoon. A dancer practicing in a cramped room. Back to the dance. Their final move freezes into a glowing symbol. The Philippine sun with 8 rays. Philippine sparkles. Breathing hard, soaked, smiling. Suddenly, a phone vibrates. One dancer checks it. His hands start shaking. Guys, totu ba, too. On the screen, congratulations, you have been selected to audition for America's Got Talent 2025. No one speaks. Then one drops to his knees. Another cries openly. Someone laughs through tears. Mark looks at the dark sky and whispers, Ma, para, to sa inyo. The camera pulls up. The barangay is dark, but in the center, 6 small lights are shining. The AGT 2025 theater feels like another world. For the first time in their lives, Lightwire steps onto a floor that shines brighter than their entire barangay. They stand backstage, holding hands. One whispers a prayer, Lord, kayo na po ang bahala. Their name is called. Next on stage, Lightwire. They walk out. The audience scans them. Simple clothes, nervous faces, wires visible under jackets. Some people chuckle. A few whisper, LED dancers again. On the judge's table, Howie leans forward, curious. Sophia smiles politely. Simon Cowell leans back, arms crossed. Simon speaks, blunt and cold. Let me guess, another light show. The audience laughs lightly. Mark steps forward, voice shaking but steady. Sir, this is more than lights. This is our life. Simon raises an eyebrow. All right, surprise me. The countdown begins. Lights off. Total darkness. You can hear someone cough. Someone laugh nervously. A slow heartbeat echoes through the theater. Thump, thump, thump. Suddenly, a single LED turns on in the dark. Then another. Then another. They form the outline of a small Filipino house. A flickering light bulb hangs inside. The audience goes silent. Music rises, low, emotional. The dancers move as one. Their wires become a child reaching out, waves crashing, typhoon, a plane taking a parent overseas. A woman in the crowd wipes her tears. Simon slowly leans forward. The tempo increases. The LEDs flash faster, sharper, stronger. Then, the lights form chains around their bodies. They struggle, fall, stand again. The crowd gasps. Suddenly, the chains break. The lights explode into the shape of the Philippine flag. Philippines. Red, blue, gold. The audience erupts. The dancers freeze in position. Breathing hard. The music stops. Silence. For one long second, no one claps. Then, boom, a standing ovation starts from the back. Spreads like fire. The entire theater rises. Simon doesn't clap yet. He just stares. Camera zooms in. His jaw tight, eyes glassy. He whispers to himself, that was unexpected. The dancers bow deeply, hands shaking. Mark looks up at the judges and says softly, Para po sa Pilipinas. Cut to Simon's hand hovering. Not over the buzzer yet. The theater goes dark again. No music, no movement, just silence. A single voice begins, a soft Filipino lullaby, barely audible. The kind a mother sings during blackouts. A small LED light flickers on, revealing a child's outline, alone. The audience leans forward. The music slowly builds, blending traditional Filipino sounds with modern beats. The dancers move, slow and heavy. Their LED wires create living images. A mother washing clothes by hand. A father boarding a plane, OFW. Children waving goodbye through glass. A woman in the front row starts crying openly. Suddenly, the beat drops. The dancers collapse to the floor. Their lights flicker wildly, like homes during a storm. A typhoon sound roars through the speaker's tornado. Blue lights surge, crashing across the stage. The dancers rise, fighting invisible winds. One falls, his light goes out. Gasps ripple through the crowd. The others try to reach him, but they're pushed back by the storm. Then, absolute silence. One dancer stands alone in the center. He slowly raises his arms. His legs spell a single word. TIIS. The screen behind him shows old footage. Flooded streets, broken roofs, families sleeping in evacuation centers. The music changes, stronger, hopeful. The fallen dancer's light flickers back on. One by one, all the dancers rise. Their lights transform into a phoenix made of gold fire. Rising, rebuilding. The audience is on its feet already. Simon Cowell's eyes are wet now. He doesn't hide it. The final beat hits. The dancers form one last image. Hands reaching upward, turning into light. Blackout. For a moment, no sound. Then the theater explodes with applause, cheers, screams. Howie shouts. That wasn't a performance, that was a movie. Sophia covers her mouth, crying. Simon slowly stands. He looks at the dancers and says quietly, "You didn't follow the rules, and thank God you didn't." The dancers are shaking. Tears fall freely. Mark bows deeply and whispers, "Salamat po." Camera zooms on Simon's hand, hovering over the golden buzzer. The audience holds its breath. The dancers of light wire stand frozen. Chests rising, hands trembling, eyes searching the judges' table. Golden lights glow faintly on the stage floor. Simon Cowell slowly steps closer to the desk. He removes his glasses. His voice is quiet, almost breaking. "I've seen thousands of acts. I thought I knew everything about LED dance crews." The audience hushes. But what you just did wasn't about technology. It was about survival. The camera cuts to the dancers' faces. One bites his lip to stop crying. Another clasps his hands like he's praying. Simon continues, "You didn't come here to show off. You came here to be heard." He pauses, looks up at the balcony, packed with people. "And every single person in this room heard you." The crowd erupts again. Simon turns back to the group. "When you walked out, I admit it, I underestimated you." Gasps from the audience. "That's on me." Mark steps forward slightly, eyes wet. Simon places his hand on the table. "This show is about moments that change lives." He smiles, soft, genuine. "This is one of them." For half a second, nothing happens. Then, slam, bell collision. The golden buzzer is hit. Gold confetti explodes from above, raining down like sunlight. The crowd screams. Judges stand. Music blasts. The dancers collapse to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Mark cries out, "Salamat po. Para po sa Pilipinas." Philippines loudly crying. One dancer looks up into the falling gold and whispers, "Ma, Nikita and Yo ba." Simon walks around the desk and joins them on stage. He places a hand on Mark's shoulder and says softly, "Never stop telling your story." The camera pulls back. Gold everywhere, tears everywhere, hope everywhere. Clips of light wire flood Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Millions of views in hours. In the Philippines, Sari stores replay the video on small phones. Jeepney drivers turn up the volume. Families crowd around one screen. A mother whispers through tears, "Parang anak ko rin sila." Cut to the crew in their hotel room. No celebration, just silence. Mark scrolls through his phone. Messages from home. "Anak, pinanood ka naman buong barangay. Umiiyak kami." He breaks down. Training begins for the live shows. New stages, bigger lights, but the same old shoes. The same humility. Between rehearsals, they video call home. One dancer watches his mother cooking beside a candle. Kanti na lang, ma. The AGT live show airs again. This time, they don't dance just for judges. They dance for a nation. Final montage. The Philippine flag waving in the crowd. Kids copying their moves with homemade LED wires. Teachers playing their performance in classrooms. Back home, the crew returns to their barangay. No stage, no spotlights, just people. Neighbors who once laughed now clap the loudest. They perform one last time. On the same cracked concrete road. As night falls, their LED wires light up. The final formation appears. Pangarap, sparkles. Mark steps forward and says, Hindi kami nagtagumpay dahil sa ila. Kundi dahil hindi namin hinayang mamatay ang pangarap. The camera rises. The barangay is still dark. But one street shines brighter than ever.